Welcome everyone to the SRA Report. This series covers all three series in Sim Racing Authority, the SRA MS Awareness Gen 6 series, the SRA Slam Truck series, and the brand new SRA Showtime Shootout series. Each of their series ran their season openers with the trucks and the Gen 6 series at Daytona, and the Showtime Shootout series going to the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. Jimmy Mullins was on the pole for the SRA Slam Truck Series opener. Benjamin Ellis on the outside of row 1, but he inexplicably goes to the top side and gets absolutely freight trained by literally the rest of the field. And then on lap number 6, Marcus Richardson would actually take the lead away from Jimmy Mullins with the help of Jared T. Darling. But just as that was happening, there was a big crash right behind him, with Connor Anton hooked Brian Johnson into Finley Olad, who in turn takes out Benjamin Nelson, who you remember started on the outside of row number 1. And then also Josh Medlock and Aaron Cummings were involved in this mess, as Cummings was just an innocent bystander as Medlock goes full bonsai and smashes the rear of Aaron Cummings' truck. That was the first caution of the race, lap number 6. There will be some 2x2 action up at the front and some lead changes being exchanged between Bobby Zielinski and Jared Darling. Then you see Zielinski, who took the lead, but then Darling goes in front of Marcus Richardson. But while those guys were fighting it out in the back, Hart Green sees hook Nicholas Carrezza, who bounces off the outside wall into Jesse Schwartz, who in turn spins to the outside wall, and then Green gets blasted on the left side. Took out a few trucks, and that'll be the second caution of the race on number 15. And then at the front, Marcus Richardson hooks Bobby Zielinski, who in turn hits Josh Robin, who goes flipping end over end. Also Ariati, who gets involved in this right there, and that caused another big crash. That was the third caution of the race on number 22. And the mayhem just wouldn't end. After the restart, Ronnie Norton was in the lead, but Tyler Deschamps gets bumper hooked by Cedric Hunter. He goes sliding to the inside of the grass, but he makes an incredible save to continue on. Eventually, though, that broke up the pack as Colton Davis, with the help of Joshua Schwartz, gets by Ryan Norton. And then Cedric Hunter tries to go free wide on Nick Northrup and Colton Davis. He would get the lead very briefly at the start-finish line, but Davis would actually get the lead right back on number 36. And then, speaking of Jared Schwartz, he would then get help from Cedric Hunter, as he would take over the race lead on the high side of turn spring for number 37. But then eventually, though, with a small pack, they were coming up on lap cars who were pretty much in the wrong place at the wrong time. As they were coming up a lap drive, there was a truck on the outside. Eric Cummings dropped to the apron. Nick Norfolk hits him, and he goes smashing into the outside wall. That also takes out Jared Darling. Ronnie Norman gets some damage. That's the first caution of the race. And then Ronnie Norman then checks up into Tyler Deschamps, who got a big push from Colton Davis. They go wrecking on the inside, but fortunately the yellow would not come out, but that again broke up the main pack, as it was a big pack in that run. Kyle Putz would get to the inside of Cedric Hunter, lap number 53, who tried to block Nicholas Carrezza from getting a run on the outside line, but eventually Putz would get the lead, but then Femi almost runs into Nick Northrup and had to go to the inside of the yellow line, as all heck was breaking loose, just in a small pack. Eventually, though, with 15 laps to go, things finally somewhat sorted out with the pack being aligned, but there's a mixture of lead and lap trucks in this mix. So on lap 79, Kyle Putz and Nicholas Carrezza, running the same paint schemes, would go to the outside to pass Femi Olad for the race lead, who in turn was pushing the lap truck of Cody Miller. And then lap number 81, Olad tried to squeeze the middle, but in turn hits Jared Schwartz. He bounced off the outside wall and spins the inside of the grass. He actually slides up the track just a little bit, but the caution would not come out. On the final lap, Carrezza goes to the outside of Putz, but in turn, Jared Schwartz goes to Putz, and Putz gets the victory in the SRA Slam Truck Series season opener at Daytona. It was in the SRA MS Awareness Gen 6 Series turn to take to the high banks in Daytona. Ariani and Connor Anton were actually tied for the pole on laps times, but Adi does get credit for the pole, and Adi would actually get the advantage very early on. Eventually, though, on lap 4, the mayhem ensued. Joshua Schwartz gets loose, maybe bumped a bit by Lachlan McMillan, but he makes a great save and he would actually continue on. And then lap number 6, Zach Hudson, for some reason, drives right up into Stephanie Licenti, and that in turn caused a mess in turn 1. Cody Miller, Jonathan Shipman, Jonathan Cogswell, among others. There's a nice little mail on lap number 1, just a bizarre situation from Zach Hudson. And then on number 13, Anthony Emery gets spun out by Femi Olad and goes spinning head on into the outside wall. He was spinning on the plug, but Nicholas Carson gets a big chunk of it, and also Spencer Owens gets a good clunk of it as well. After the chaos early on, it was Bobby Chaney who would look to be strong early on here, battling with Cedric Hunter, with help from Kyle Putz and Delonte Ballard, as Bobby Chaney would take over the race lead in number 20. Then Hunter would actually come back and take the lead away from Chaney, but behind him, Tyler Ducharme hooks Brian Johnson, who in turn gets into Sean Williams, making his return to SRA, and that causes a big pileup with the pole sitter Ariadne and among others involved in this mail on number 23. Lap number 40, after much of the chaos when we calmed down and got into a single file line with some separate packs. Bobby Chaney was in the lead with Kyle Putz, Bobby Linsky, Owen Toll, among others. As they came down for green flag pits on number 53, Bobby Chaney was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he misses his pit stall. A costly mistake from Bobby Chaney, who had to come back around and make his pit service. Eventually, the second pack was still running around the track. When on flat at 59, there was a crash between Sean Williams, Josh Robin, and a couple others, and that really messes up the field. And then Jesse Schwartz then in turn gets tapped by David Shutt on number 81, who gets in the Freddy De La Rosa and Delonte Ballard. The caution would come out, but Schwartz makes a good save. But that set up a 5-lap shootout, and Nicholas Carrasco was trying to have Delonte Ballard, and he hooks him into Stephanie Licenti, and that caused a big one, and I mean a big one. Connor Anton, among others, in this massive melee on the back straightaway, and that in turn would end the race under the caution flag, as Bobby Zalinski, the defending Gen 6 Series champion, picks up right where he left off, getting the win the season opener at the Daytona International Speedway. It was then time for the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. I mean the SRA Showtime Shootout Series, as they came to the Eldora Speedway for race number 1 of the season. At Eldora for 40 laps, Tyler Ducharme was on the pole with Chance Crum in hot pursuit, on a track with a lot of grip. And eventually Tyler Ducharme gets a little high out of turn 2, and he bangs into Chance Crum, and more like Crum went up into him, and that allowed Riley Wyans and Alex Peck to close, as the field was just right tight together like pickles in a pickle jar. Eventually, lap number 4, Tristan Hayter gets into Delonte Ballard. He hits the outside wall. Delonte continues on, and then he gets blasted by Josh Robin, and Hayter's day was eventually over. The damage that Josh Robin's done would be too much, as on lap number 8, he hits the outside wall at turn 2 and goes for a spin, nearly hit by Jonathan Cogswell, but the caution would come out. Lap number 15, Chance Crum and Tyler Ducharme were going at it hammer and tong for the lead, with Alex Peck right in hot pursuit. Crum gets into Ducharme, and we're turning into Alex Peck, and that forces Peck up the hill, and that rounds Riley Wyans and David Shutt to close in, and a big battle for third was on. And then Shutt gets into Peck, and Peck falls all the way to 5th place, and then Shutt slams into Riley Wyans at a 360, but somehow continues on. And that allowed Peck to get back by Shutt, and Brett Moncaro is also in this mess. These guys are fighting it out for third place. Now collect your breath. It gets a little more crazier. Ariadne, he was running the back, gets into the wall, and later on, and he actually roll his car and never caused the second car to come out. Later on, number 28, Chance Crum was still bounding Tyler Ducharme. He goes for a slide job in turn 1, but Tyler Ducharme turns it right back underneath him, and then goes sideways on the back straight. And Alex Peck, remember, he hit the wall earlier. He was right back in the mix as well. Then on number 33, Chance Crum goes for a slide job, literally out of left field, and he nearly pulls it off, but Ducharme turns it right back underneath him, and Peck actually would battle Crum for second place. And then Peck, who got second place back, he banged tires for Crum. He goes into the outside wall, and then here came Nicholas Carrasco, bang, hard into Alex Peck, and that would in turn end the race under the caution flag in an action-packed race at Eldora. Tyler the Strong gets the win at the Eldora Speedway in the SRA Showtime Shootout Series.